I stared at the ceiling fan that night, its blades spinning lazily, stirring the warm air of our bedroom. Emily's steady breathing filled the silence beside me, but I didn't dare look at her. My hands were balled into fists under the sheets, the words I had rehearsed all week pressing against my throat like broken glass. She shifted slightly, her back brushing against mine. Then, in a quiet, almost wounded voice, she asked, "Why haven't you touched me for a week?" My chest tightened. This was it. The moment I had dreaded and anticipated all at once. I turned, meeting her eyes, and forced the words out. "I'm preparing for life as a bachelor." Her face froze, the smile she had been forcing evaporating, replaced by confusion that quickly twisted into alarm. "What are you talking about, Daniel?" she whispered, her voice breaking. And that was when the memories began to unspool, the ones I had tried to bury, but which had carved themselves into me, piece by jagged piece. The beginning of doubt started 2 weeks ago. I had left work early, intending to surprise her with dinner and flowers. 10 years of marriage deserved more than autopilot, I told myself. I wanted to remind her that I still loved her, that we were more than bills and routines. When I pulled into the driveway, her car was already there. Odd, since she had texted earlier saying she had a late meeting. I walked inside quietly, half expecting to find her curled up with a book. Instead, I heard laughter, her laughter, coming from the kitchen. I slowed my steps, my heart hammering. There she was, standing too close to a man I didn't recognize. Tall, dark hair, confident posture. He leaned across the counter, hand brushing hers as though it belonged there. And she didn't pull away. I didn't confront them. Not then. My stomach dropped, my throat constricted, but I forced myself to step back outside as quietly as I had entered. I sat in the car for over an hour, staring at the dashboard, trying to make sense of what I'd seen. The search for truth. The following days were torture. I told myself maybe it was nothing. Maybe he was just a friend, maybe I'd misread the moment. But the seed had been planted, and suspicion grew like weeds, choking everything. I started noticing patterns. She guarded her phone more fiercely than ever, smiling down at the screen, fingers flying across the keyboard before she'd lock it and tuck it away. She began showering as soon as she got home, like she was scrubbing away something unseen. I checked our phone records. A number I didn't recognize appeared dozens of times, always during the hours I wasn't home. I called it once, my hand trembling so violently I almost dropped the phone. He answered. His voice was smooth, casual, almost amused. I hung up before saying a word, bile rising in my throat. The breaking point. By the time Emily asked that question tonight, why I hadn't touched her in a week, the truth had already hollowed me out. I had seen enough, suspected enough to know. Her eyes searched mine in the dim light. "Daniel, what do you mean? Preparing to be a bachelor? You're scaring me." I sat up, running a hand over my face. The weight of it all pressed down on me until I felt I might collapse under it. "I know, Emily. About him." The color drained from her face. Her lips parted, but no sound came. Her eyes flicked away, then back like a trapped animal looking for an exit. "You've been distant," I continued, my voice raw. "You've been lying. And I've been killing myself wondering what I did wrong, what I didn't give you. But the truth is you've been giving yourself to someone else." Tears welled in her eyes. "It's not what you think." "Don't," I snapped, my voice sharper than I intended. "Don't insult me with that. Saw you. Heard you. I know his number, Emily." Her face crumpled, and for a long moment, the only sound was her quiet sobbing. "The confession." Finally, she whispered. "His name is Ryan. He's a client. It just happened." The words struck me like blows. I felt dizzy, my vision swimming. It just happened. As though betrayal were some unavoidable accident, like tripping on a sidewalk crack. "How long?" I asked, my voice flat. 3 months, she admitted, each syllable weighted with guilt. 3 months. 90 days of lies. 90 nights of her coming home and kissing me goodnight with his touch still fresh on her skin. I wanted to scream, to throw something, to demand why. But the anger was buried beneath a crushing sadness, heavier than anything I'd ever known. Was it worth it? I asked quietly. Risking us. Risking everything we built. Her shoulders shook. I don't know. I wasn't thinking. I just felt alive again. Alive. That word cut deepest of all. Had I really become so invisible to her? Was our marriage so suffocating that she needed someone else to remind her she existed? Silence in the storm. For the next hour we sat in silence. She cried, reaching for me once, but I flinched back, unable to bear her touch. My mind replayed every memory of our marriage, tainted now, poisoned by her confession. I remembered our wedding day, her smile brighter than the sun. The night we brought our daughter home from the hospital, both of us exhausted and terrified but happy. The vacations, the inside jokes, the quiet mornings with coffee. All of it now felt like glass shattered across the floor. Sharp, dangerous, impossible to piece back together. Choice. Finally, she whispered. Can we fix this? Please, Daniel. I'll end it with him. I'll do whatever it takes. I looked at her, my heart aching. Once, I would have given anything to hear those words, to know she wanted us. But now, it felt too late. Fix it. I repeated bitterly. You can't unring a bell, Emily. You can't undo what you've done. I can forgive mistakes, but this was a choice. Every time you texted him. Every time you met him. Every time you came home and lied to my face. That wasn't a mistake. That was betrayal. She collapsed into sobs, burying her face in her hands. I turned away, staring once again at the ceiling fan, its endless spinning mocking the chaos inside me. The aftermath. That night I slept on the couch. The house felt colder, emptier, even though she was still inside it. In the morning I packed a bag. Not because I wanted to leave her with the comfort of our home, but because I needed space to think, to breathe. When I told her, she grabbed my arm, desperation in her eyes. Please don't go. Don't throw this away. I pulled free, my voice hollow. I'm not the one who threw it away, Emily. You did. And then I walked out the door, the sound of her sobbing following me down the hall. Reflection. It's been a week since then. A week of sleeping in a cheap motel, staring at blank walls, trying to figure out if there's a way forward or if the damage is too deep. Part of me still loves her. How could I not after 10 years? But love without trust is a slow death. And right now, I don't know if I have the strength to keep bleeding for someone who already cut me once. When she asked why I hadn't touched her, I gave her the truest answer I could. I am preparing for life as a bachelor. Not because I want to be, but because she's left me no other choice. And maybe someday I'll forgive her. Maybe someday we'll find our way back. But tonight, as I sit alone in this sterile motel room, the echo of her betrayal is louder than any hope of reconciliation. I know one thing with certainty. The man who walked into our kitchen that afternoon, naive, trusting, blind, is gone. What remains is someone harder, someone wary. Someone who has learned that even the person you love most can become a stranger overnight. And there's no going back from that.